everyone, this is Gary, and today we're looking at the 5 steps to being a good manager. And if you follow these steps, it will help you to manage well. So, the situation is you find that you're in charge of a team of people, maybe a department, maybe it's the first time you've had to take on these kind of tasks, and you want to know what do you have to do to manage. How do you manage those people? How do you manage that team? How do you bring that to a conclusion? How do you bring the project you're in charge of to a conclusion and coordinate with the people who are part of that team? It's not easy, maybe. It's not difficult, maybe. We'll have a look in this video. Now, there are lots of places you can go, lots of books you can read, lots of information available widely on the internet about what's involved in being a good manager. But essentially it boils down to the 5 key steps that I will try and identify today, among other things, but these 5 steps are the major thrust of what it is to be a good manager. So we'll be looking at the need for you to show the way, to be a leader in what you do. How being a manager will involve preparing plans, how you go about that. Being a manager also involves being in charge. It means that you bring things to a conclusion. It means that you hold people accountable. And finally, you've got to achieve objectives and outcomes and goals. And all of that is part of being a good manager. So those are the things we'll be looking at briefly in this video. Now, I can always hear people out there shouting at me saying, look, please stop procrastinating, please just get on with it. So that's what we shall do. With bated breath and without more ado, let's just get into it. Okay, so let's get into it. We're looking at the 5 steps to being a good manager. In other words, how to manage well. And it's not as difficult as you might think, but always read the small print. So, first thing you need to do as a manager is you need to show the way. After all, you're a manager and you must lead. You motivate and influence your team. You adopt efficient ways to communicate. You listen to the team's views. You present what you consider the best way forward. And you deal with issues as they arise. In other words, you need to show the way. And that is how you do it. Second thing is you need to prepare plans. There's absolutely no escaping the inevitable. If you're a manager and you are leading a team, you have to plan it. So that means looking at objectives, the aims and goals, the what, as it were. And then it's the strategies, how these goals are to be achieved. In other words, the how. And then you've got to turn that into actions, to milestones, not tombstones as I often say, but checklists to give you an idea of how you are proceeding and how successful you are on your journey, by whom and when. Step 3 then is you need to be in charge. After all, you are the manager, you are leading the team. You need to be in charge. That means you have to check actual performance against expected performance with appropriate quality assurance, of course. And you correct shortfalls as they arise. Don't let them build up, deal with them as they arise. You also have to take disciplinary action from time to time where appropriate. And within a larger organisation, you need the support and help of your HR department on each step of that disciplinary action. It's not something you should take on lightly, but it is something you need to do where it's appropriate. And the reverse end of that, you need to praise and appraise where it's appropriate. You need to tell people when they're doing well, and you need to appraise their performance and tell them when it is successful as well. Fourth thing about being a manager is you need to coordinate. It's not just a thing you can do on your own, and it's not just a thing that you can do without the support, an organisation and collaboration of others. So, that's all about who does what and by when. It's about who reports progress and to whom, who makes which decisions and when you need external professional help, because it's beyond the range of expertise you have within the team. So that is the key to coordinating. The fifth step then is you need to accomplish. If you're going to be successful, you need to get where you are supposed to be going. So you need to meet objectives and you need to meet targets. And you need to set smart actions. Now, what are smart actions? Well, that's a well-known mnemonic. It means specific. It means they're measurable. It means they're achievable. They're realistic. And finally, that they are timed. And to be a successful manager, well, it's as easy as that. Okay, so that was the 5 steps to being a good manager. And I've tried to show you how you can manage well. If you're still with me, well, thanks very much for sticking with it. You will see by now, I hope, that this is just the beginning of the journey for you in the business and in the process of managing people and managing teams and managing projects. Now, just to recap, we've looked at the need to show the way, to be a leader, how to prepare plans, we've looked at the need to be in charge, we've looked at the need to call people to account and to manage them in a positive way, to get positive feedback, and ultimately to accomplish, to achieve, because that's what being a manager is about. It's reaching an end goal and a final objective. Now, if you like this video, please mark it as a like. If you want to find and see more videos like this, please subscribe. And really, being a good manager, it's as easy as that.